baby, boom! Rise and shine. Your light into this world. It's your boy Marky Saint. Saint's Addiction. In case you can't read the shirt, it's been my addiction for a hot minute to take shirts and make a message out of them. And I do this message every morning and upload it to YouTube. So if anybody's getting anything out of this, please go ahead and subscribe before I get into this preaching, teaching, and reaching. It came to me in a bit of a mushroom trip over there this Sunday, hanging out at Cowabunga Bay, doing the old water park slide, and there was such an imbalance. And I was trying to explain to my girl that these are the haves and have-nots, that these people are trapped by other people who are afraid that they might be like these people. And she was like, what are you talking about? And I said, greed. I said, the amount of greed that's out there in the world that keeps other people pressed down to do hard, hot, long hours because they have billions times trillions. And the reason I'm having this conversation is because Apple just reached $2 trillion as a business. They were shocked that they were one of the first $1 trillion companies. Now they're up to $2 trillion. And all the rich people, when I read the meme, said, I got the knock list. Everybody's worried about the other people. They were looking at who did what, where, how. You know, they were like the narc list. And they said, this is the watch list right here. Bezos, Elon Musk, you know, the top 10 guys, Larry Ellison, who else? Warren Buffett, all increased their net incomes by billions of dollars during this. And we watched everybody talk about masks and pandemics and diseases, and yet I watched the same disease that's always been pervasive in our society, and that's greed. The reason I brought this up is there was a really cool episode on a TED Talk by a man named Hans. Very smart individual. Hans, just look up World Statistics Hans in YouTube. He does a YouTube with amazing graphics and a video on TED Talk explaining how the haves and have-nots, the difference between what $10 means to a family in extreme poverty and the people like us in America that are doing the $100 a day. We have forced people to do things that we don't want them to do, or that we wouldn't want to do ourselves. We have made people do slavery. We've made people do internment camps. We've done all sorts of atrocities to human beings, including starvation, in a society where world communication exists. Here was the issue, is that we describe ourselves as separate. The man literally said our perspective is only on the internal. We hire politicians, because it's political seasons right now, to have our own interest at heart, when it's a world interest at whole. And here was the whole thing that really shocked and awed everyone, and I'm used to shocking and awing them, so here I go. Why aren't we playing team ball? Why aren't we as Americans playing team ball with Canada and South Africa? South America. They're using South Africa and China right now as one of the main ends from the global breadbasket of Africa, and 8-lane highways going through Pakistan, India, making huge contracts and gains into the resource-rich Africa. And I'm watching it happen on a global scale. They are working together while we are playing separate. They're literally making the old Silk Road into the new future so trade can go further. As if we haven't traded enough. I keep telling my friends, you keep bitching about me doing my posts, but you don't get to chew out Toyota. You don't get to chew out all the Chinese-made products that you buy from Walmart. No, instead you reinforce it by putting your vote with it. We reinforce these companies by putting our money with them. And the whole time we put this energies and monies into these people that pay no dividends. They're not going to care if you die, like I would. I'm your friend. I own a small business. I would appreciate you do business with me than somebody you don't know over in a different world where you've never been. But, you know, call me silly, call me crazy. But this is the genius part, is that when we start shopping local, the corporations don't get no bigger. And the rights of man increases. They aren't letting us increase with them. I was watching the Great Depression as well, and people would literally borrow money from the bank, put it in the stock exchange like everyone was doing at the time, expecting it to kick out. It was huge. America is coming off the Industrial Revolution. Everybody could get rich, and then they only have to pay the loan back once they've made their gains and kept their gains. Now we're all scrambling for the money so that way we can get an edge. We are the edge. People are the edge. We're the ones that live in mega cities. We're the ones that pay our taxes. We're the ones that do the work. And when you do the work, you have the energy, and inside of us all have the power to vote. Not only vote politically, but vote with our wallets, the way that we speak to each other, and ultimately what we want. What I ultimately want is equality. It's just across all scales. I couldn't just watch in the third world countries that I went to. No, I observed. I absorbed. I was like, holy shit, some of these people, like I was at the Kawabunga Bay, will never get to travel. Ditto over there in Thailand. I got a buddy that's from Cambodia that works hard work in Thailand. They underpay him because he's from Cambodia. It's a bit of slave labor over there too. There's always systems, things we don't even know about. And he'll never get to live the island. They're like, why would you want to live the island? Well, because you get island fever and you want to go see new things. Some of my Thai buddies have married Swedish girls, and now they're getting to hang out in Sweden and get to see the life of universal healthcare. The difference between a bicycle and a car is huge. And when we watch this TED Talk, you'll see that that's all they're asking for. We're not just talking about meals and starvation. We're talking about the ability to level up, not having to walk all day to go get some water, not having to carry it on your back, but to use the bicycle. That's right. We invented the wheel, but we haven't shared it with everyone. We have our mass highways, but we haven't shared it with everyone. If we connected from Alaska to the south, the Cape Hope, is Cape Hope, the Cape of Good Hope? No, that's Africa. I'm still thinking of South America's Good Horn, the Horn. So around the Horn, like we built the Panama Canal and are expanding it because every more stuff that we buying, it makes bigger, huger ships than we've ever seen in our lives. And yes, I'm using the word huger, just so we can get our tech and our TV cheaper. I went and asked somebody if they could fix my printer the other day, and they were like, nope, it's cheaper just to get a new one. I was like, for shame. This is where I want to include the prisoners that are sitting right now. Not only do I want less prisoners, but giving them something to do. Making 3D plastic pieces to fix like the back piece of something that broke and you want it, but you don't need to buy the whole thing again, even though this is 99 cents. Well, I have to go ship a whole nother thing if we can fix what we got. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to fix what we got. We got an amazing system. There's no reason why we can't share it. There's so many people that need education across the world. Our literacy rate around the world is up to 80%. We've improved by leaps and bounds, but there's leaps and bounds to go. Leaps and bounds to space. Leaps and bounds of our views politically. And this is going to be a mind warper. And leaps and bounds how we, as America, top figure in the world, start spreading the love. Right? Start showing other people how to be leaders and cohabitators and not build walls, but build highways and build them from the top to the bottom so we too can do trade with each other's and brothers and sisters and let the trade flow, not just east to west like they're doing from China to Africa, but north to south like we're going to do with North America in the hemisphere, Western Hemisphere. So here I am with my wild ideas every morning, but I watch things and I learn things and I share them with other people. It's like we need to start trading together. This is where we make the income, by having our own little set communities. Find people that you want to do business with. Do an Angie's List. Don't stop buying things from strangers and stop buying things from foreign countries. Not because I don't want to support foreign countries. I support foreign countries. I use foreign coders when I'm doing my websites, but it's because I want them to get the income that they deserve over there. Like I said, Thanksgiving, this is what it's all about. I read it that one day. They were trying to slam on Trump because they were like, he's hiring slaves to build a hotel. This dude was making, I swear for God, $5 every week or something. And I was like, here, bro, here's $10. Go take 2 weeks off with your boy Marquis Saint. Go enjoy time with your family. And that's what we're really talking about here, the time that we get to enjoy. Elon Musk was talking last night. I watched a bunch of TED Talks, but he was also talking about the soul sucker of living in traffic. They're building below, the boring company. They're boring and tunneling below. It's not boring. It's genius. And we'll be able to go faster. spend more of our lives not doing the things that we love to do. That's why it's like the washer and dryer is huge over there. We're not talking just about bicycles. We're talking about another 4 billion people coming up on cars and washers and dryers, and a whole life that we've already lived and known with flowing water, clean toilets. Welcome to the future when we work together. Let's optimize this planet, hopefully, before we get to the next one, like Mars. Right? I want everybody to come up and see the future. This is why I watch TED Talks. Very smart people talking about some really cool things. So cool that I included into my morning marijuana motivation this morning, talking about the inequality. Read on my news this morning, $2 trillion. I was like, the fuck, bro? They're making trillion. I remember that was a trillion zillion when I was a kid. That was a number unheard of, and now it's used. And I'm sure there's things that we never thought we'd see too. Million, billion. Now million's not even enough. This is some crazy shit because all they need is $10 over there. $10, dude. It's a fraction of what we spend, but yet we watch, what did the guy call it? Cultural psychopaths. Now we watch other cultures suffer and ignore it without no empathy. Well, I have empathy. That's why I do this show. That's why I take every part of every apparel bought and take a percentage and give it to someone. I force the donation process through consumerism. I wish I have Jeff Bezos' ear so I can be like, this is what you should be doing. No, he's like, I want to do other things. And I'm like, okay, but a little percentage can we give back to doing greater goods, like making the consumerism, the donation. That's what Saints Addiction's all about right here, bro. Make sure you write it down. Make sure you follow on YouTube. And if you got anything out of this, share it. This is how we reach and preach and teach. I do it every morning from my heart, from the start. It's your boy, Marquis Saint. Let me leave you with a blessing. I'll see you on the other side.